Greetings, everyone, and welcome to TFT Tarot for Today, Divine Dabblings with Oberon and Banshee. This is me, Oberon, with Goth Tarot. And I know I semi-promised to back off from some of the filters I've been using on the cameras, but I couldn't resist doing it one more time. I will not, however, alter the sound recording. The deep, gravelly voice that I can probably do on my own. Anyway, this is that weekly reading that explores the shadow sides of life, goth stuff, or just that feeling of being different and not quite in tune with everyone else. I'm going to open with a reading or an oracle from the Oracle of the Hecatean Path, and then we'll get started. And I want to try to be briefer today because I realize things are busy, things are happening. I don't know about you, but it just seems to be that way. All right. And our card is number 21, Secrets. Nyctadia. Of the night. Secrets. In shadows of night, Hecate wanders in silence, moving unseen. A stoic sentinel. Through her silent vigil, we can seek truth and answers to the mysteries. Confidentiality and concealment may help us to grow at this time. Beware of illusions and lies, for the goddess can also shed light on these. What is waiting to be found? What is being kept hidden from you? Hecate brings the truth to light in the dark of night. And as a Scorpio personality, I can definitely relate to that just in my utter kind of feeling of being goth and emo. I do feel that the world contains many more secrets than probably most of us can figure out in our lifetime. And I think this is just saying, at this time, it is imperative that we try to understand that that's going on, and that the biggest secret of all is to maybe think or realize that there are no mysteries. There is nothing hidden from you. Everything is exactly the way it looks. I'm just not so sure. So we're doing a new reading today. It's going to be simplistic in a way, and it's very similar to most of my readings. So I'm using several decks of cards for several positions. So we're going to start off, and I'm using the Horror Tarot, not the Todd Alcott one, the other one. I forget the artist's name, but it's the artist that does the Darkwood Tarot, which I've used on Goth Tarot. It's actually Banshee's deck. And during the darker tide of the year, she uses that during Halloween season and such. But I thought it paired well with a couple of the other decks I've been using in Goth Tarot, so I thought I would use it there. All right. So the first card is the Dark World. And basically, what is going on around you? What is going on in your dark world? So it's similar to what I used to call the dark design. We are being a mad scientist. It's the magician. The magician could be saying that you have a plan right now. You have an idea to take action and to try to bring about a manifestation. And it could be, totally altruistic or self-empowering, but of course it could have darker designs too. What is it that you want? Well, maybe, like the other card was saying, we want to figure out what's going on, but maybe the dark world is when you realize what's going on, maybe you want to change that. And the magician can be somebody of will who can change those things. All right, so then the next idea is, of course, what are these dark thoughts? What do you need to know or understand at this time? And it could be a result of realizing the secrets, or that there just are secrets to uncover, and also that you realize you have a possible element of surprise. The magician card sort of is sleight of hand, things that maybe you don't totally realize are going to happen, and you make them happen. And to others, it's magic. It looks like it's some great secret. So from the Night Sun Tarot, I'm using the Night Sun Tarot for the dark thoughts, what you need to know or understand at this time. I know I look like I hesitated there with picking up the cut. It's the reversed Six of Cups. What you may need to know at this time is that some of your resources, or things that you thought, were helping you monetarily, materialistically, you may be giving more than you're getting in return. You may be in a position where you feel you have to spend more money for some reason. You're supporting somebody else who needs help. That's the bigger part of it. Sometimes this is talking about unequal exchanges of other natures. The idea that we're looking for that secret, that truth. Maybe we feel like with the Pentacles, it compromises things about our security. And we're giving away more than we're actually finding out in that matter. That's a feeling I have there that's kind of interesting. So let us move on then to our next position. I'm using the Mike Royal Dark Tarot for Dark Love. What are you attracted to now, and how do you think this may be able to help you? And so it could be a person, but more likely it just may be some qualities or things that are going on. I mean, maybe you collect action figures like me, and you're really attracted to something that's new out there. But more likely this is kind of maybe something more fundamental than our hobbies. I'd like to think that perhaps. So once again, that's the Dark Love, what you're attracted to, and I'm using Mike Royal's Dark Tarot for that. Oh, it's the Seven of Wands. It's upright. The Seven of Wands, I think, is saying you're attracted to the idea of being in charge, of being maybe seeing yourself as the only one who really can take things, that you are against the odds. That's kind of a Goth feeling in general, the idea that everyone else maybe abhors us Goth types, or maybe feels we're something that has to be taken care of in some way. Maybe what you are attracted to right now is the idea that we, all of us, Goth people or other, are called to be warriors, are called to be standing up for ourselves at this time. Last night I was at an interfaith unity, that was actually on Sunday night. I record this on Monday, obviously. It was an event, and it honored a particular Hindu person who founded one of the interfaith groups I'm in, and is an amazing person. They actually have connections to a couple of the national people. I'm not going to drop too many names for this, but we are in that point now where maybe, we will see challenges to minority religions, or to what are perceived as minority religions. And I think we have to love the idea, we have to be attracted to the idea that we're going to have to stand up and be counted. That's all I'm going to say. So now I'm going to move to the dark truth. And I'm using the Santa Muerte Tarot for that. And you know, there's a lot of Day of the Dead iconography in this deck. And as coincidence has it, both this deck and the Night Sun Tarot were artistically created or drawn by Fabio Listrani. I had to puzzle there for a moment to remember the name. And he does some other artwork that I'm not able to pull out of my head right now, but I love his work. And so I'm very happy to be using it for Goth Tarot. So the Santa Muerte Tarot is kind of dark. And so we need that to say, what is the dark truth? How will things most likely work out? What's it going to be? Bam! Justice. The dark truth is that there is a justice here that is going to happen. Maybe it's connected to the fight that I've been mentioning, and it's no secret I'm probably talking about things that are going on in the greater world collectively that maybe have an impact on us, whether we're totally goth or not, you know, whether we're just, you know, into the new age, whether we're holy and righteous people in our own right, but, you know, we feel inclined, you know, to be different in some way. I don't know. But I think I like that there at the end, that it does work out. The dark truth is that justice, the arc of the moral universe bends towards justice. I don't know if I have that quote exactly right. So it's wonderful. All right, I promised I would try to be shorter, so I'm now going to have a closing oracle, meditation, affirmation, possibly thoughts for your shadow work from the Dark Light Oracle. I hesitate to say that these oracles are exactly shadow work, but I think most of the thoughts in them revolve around the idea of what shadow work is. I like this. I think Banshee gave it to me. Either she didn't like it herself. I know that I've mentioned it to a few people who have said they liked it. So it's the Dark Light Oracle by Carol Ann Eshkenazi, and it's by US Games, you know, the regular Rider Tarot kind of stuff. And I'm going to show a picture of that. The Dark Light Oracle. We've had this one before. Obsession. I don't want to be in the camera view. Obsession, number 20. My eternal thirst. Message. I am a vampire princess and I am hungry. I need blood. It is my obsession, my eternal thirst. I must find blood to survive. Night after night for eternity. You seem to be as hungry as I am. But what are you craving? Do you really wish to wander eternally with such an inextinguishable thirst like a cursed vampire? If not, then you are going to have to dominate your passion, for you are not cursed. You don't need to maintain this obsession of yours. Free yourself from its grip. Unchain your soul and release your spirit. Key words: fascination, compulsion, mania, fixation, something that repeats in loops in someone's mind. So I'm going to lay that there. I want it to be fully viewed. Well, maybe what I want to do, affirmation. I admit I have this compulsion that is haunting me. I now commit to gently freeing myself from this obsession. Well, I don't know what other people think, but for me, I think the obsession could be social media in general, and that it's kind of informing our opinions in some ways. Many of us are possibly immune or feel we are, but psychologically, most seem to understand that there is an effect from the saturation quality. It's important to make a break with this, to get out into nature. Even if you are a child of the night, a goth person, maybe there's a park you can walk through and breathe some fresh air. We have to do more for ourselves, but I think it's important to remember the messages from the cards. Justice will out, but we have to really love the work of defending ourselves and obtaining that. And we have to realize that we have a lot to give, and we may not always get back everything in return, but we are still magicians, one way or the other, no matter who we pray to or whether we pray at all, no matter what kind of energy modalities we use in our lives. We still have ways of affecting the world. So this is Oberon saying, thanks for watching Goth Tarot. Don't forget to watch us live tomorrow night for our regular live stream from 7 to 9 p.m. And then Friday, my other show, it's a little lighter in tone. It's Oberon's Outlook on the Emotional Exchanges. It drops down on YouTube around 7 a.m. You can watch it anytime. It's good for a week. I read for each sign of the zodiac. Saturday brings us to happy hour. It will once again be later this week. It's going to be at, or is it? Yeah, I think it is. It's going to be at 4 o'clock. I may have to amend that schedule. And then Sunday is Banshee's Material Matters, and that's at 10 a.m., followed by another live stream from 2 to 4 p.m., our regular Sunday afternoon live stream. Take care until we meet again.